Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in the cool panhandle of Florida, near Pensacola, north of Navarre Beach. And Karina, my beautiful prometida, is in Bogota, Colombia. She just got back from the medical doctor's office in Bogota and scheduled her medical exam. We finally figured out what the secret email was they were missing, and it wasn't anything secret at all. It was, in fact, very easy. So, Karina's in Bogota. We got our visa interview scheduled for November 16th. We got the medical exam scheduled for November 8th. We've got the biometrics scheduled for November 9th. And I'll be on an airplane flying to Bogota, Colombia on October 31st. Then we do the biometrics, we do the medical, we do the interview. And then after that, then we got to close out the apartment. We got to unload everything, give everything away to our friends. And we hope you're doing well out there in YouTube land and not stressing anything. Please don't stress this process, guys. When you get into hiccups and you get into little blocks, just relax and then figure out a way to unblock it. Okay, there's a way around it or a way over it. So don't stress. Okay. Remember, Karina went to get her visa, to get her medical exam scheduled. What was it, on October last week? And they wouldn't let her because she didn't have this so-called email. I had no idea what it was, and they didn't explain what it was. But what it was is the instruction packet email from the instructions in the packet 3 and the packet 4. That's what it is. So it wasn't a big deal. It just wasn't explained properly. But now we figured it out. Now, Farah Andy Khan says, woohoo, this is amazing news. Well, thanks, Farah. And we want to see you guys get into the same position and get your visa interview done and over with and everything. Now, somebody had a problem with the case number wasn't correct from the DS-160 page. So they couldn't schedule or pay their visa fee in the Dominican Republic. So I tried to help them out. And then we had some folks, having issues with typos on birth certificates and getting their visas put on hold for 3 or 4 months in Manila because there's a typo on a birth certificate. If you have an error on your birth certificate, okay, and if you're in the Philippines, or if you're in any country, I don't care what country you live in, please check your birth certificate, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary, and make sure there's no typos on your birth certificate. If there is, get them fixed before the visa interview. And Mr. Rody 14, thank you for starting the live stream early, K1, Mr. Diego. I have a few questions, but please bear with me. Well, come on, Mr. Rody 14, let's roll them out. Let's get your questions. Twan Benson, hello, Diego and Karina from cloudy Miami. Well, it's sunny here. I'm looking out the window, and it's nice. It's about 75 degrees, sunny and cloudy, a little cloudy. Farah, Diego, I've been meaning to ask. My fiance had previously applied for a student visa last year. Okay. Got denied. Okay, no worries. Will that be an issue? No, won't be an issue. I assume it may not warrant an RFE. No, you don't get a student visa. You don't get a tourist visa. Don't worry about it. This is a K1 visa, man. This is a K1 visa. This is a get married to somebody visa. Okay, it's got nothing to do with studies or tourist stuff. It's more important, and it's not going to have any bearing on your K1 visa process. Zoadi Danielle, Diego, I am happy for your journey so far. Well, it's been, for us, we started in April of 2022. Well, that's when I filed the paperwork. April 18th, 2022 is the NOA-1 letter. May 30th, 2023 was the NOA-2 letter, which was 407 days. And then it took 119 days, I believe, 119 days to get the case number and the welcome letter. Then it took a week for the ready status, about 5 days for the ready status. And then a week after, 11 days after that, the embassy said, let's rock and roll. Got the packet 3 and packet 4. paid the visa fee, completed the DS-160, did all that jazz. Scheduled the visa interview, got the medical exam scheduled the biometrics. So we should have everything done by November 16th. And then we just wait for the visa to get put in the passport. Zawadi. So thanks, Zawadi. Dane Phillips. Hey, Diego. Dane again. Still waiting for the email instructions from the Bogota embassy. Email them, IV, email them at that email address I gave you. Ask them. They're busy, Dane. They are so busy. But send them an email again. Dane, for the police records, my fiance lived in the United States before. Does she need a record from there? No. The FBI already does that. The FBI does that at the MVC. You only need for her to have a police certificate from Colombia. And she can do that online with her scheduler number. Takes about 5 minutes. Punching the scheduler number, goes into the Colombian Police Department. There's her police certificate, and print it. Okay? Don't worry about the United States. FBI already got that covered. Now, if she lived in any other country besides Colombia, then you need police certificates from those other places. If it was longer than 6 months. Christopher, I'm having a Diet Mountain Dew, 0 sugar. Way to go, Christopher. I got a fridge full of Mountain Dew, sugar-free also. 0 sugar. Mr. Rody 14, when paying the visa fee, it asks for a priority date. What is it? Should be on your NOA2 letter. Look on your NOA2 letter. Look on there. BBF, hello, Diego. Finally, we have our interview scheduled for November 14th. Dominican Republic. Congratulations. Thanks, Diego, and good luck on your interview. We got it. You got it. Thanks for the encouragement, though. Zawadi, November 8th, 2022. Seems like skipped the first 2 weeks of November, according to the stats. Zawadi, immigration, process K1 visas in no particular order. The range number is it's irrelevant. Okay? Immigration, process K1 visas. Okay, if you got a K1 visa package this thick, it's going to take a little bit longer to process than one that's this thick. But the one that's this thick, okay, may get an RFE because it wasn't put together properly, or it's an error, or it's weak. And just Lenny, what is packet 3 and packet 4? That is an email from the embassy giving you directions on how to process your visa interview. Anonymous, Far, hello Diego, good morning. I am trying to book a visa interview slot and visa shows under immigrant. That's correct. That's right. It's an immigrant visa, classified as a non-immigrant visa. Immigration just love to confuse everybody, but look under immigrant visa. Twan Benson, we are unable to schedule the interview. There is no opening. Everyone need to be cautious as we are locked out. Yeah, that will happen. If you can get locked out, if you keep going in and going in and going in, I think 3 times is the max. Mr. Rody, I have at 14, I have a sponsor filling out a separate I-134. Does my sponsor include her name in the beneficiary's additional income? Okay, if you have a joint sponsor, Mr. Rody, the joint sponsor will fill out the I-134 and the sponsor will fill out the I-134 and let the immigration officer decide which one they're going to use. The question is, include her name in the beneficiary's additional income? You don't mix and commingle income. I don't fully understand your question. Whatever your sponsor makes, your joint sponsor, that's how much the income is for the year. Beneficiaries get listed underneath. Anonymous, ask for DS-260 confirmation number. You'd fill out a DS-160, not a DS-260. You do not fill out a DS-260 for a K1 visa. It's a DS-160. DS-260 is for a spousal visa, a IR1 or CR1 visa. Estefania Flores. Hello, Diego. I am happy you guys have the interview. Oh, yeah, we are too. What documents does my fiance from the USA have to send to me exactly? I mean, besides I-134. Okay, well, his last tax return, tax transcript, W-2s, 1099s, the I-134, signed the original I-134, and Mr. Rhodey, that's a heck of a super chat right there, my friend. Mr. Rhodey 14, what are you doing? High five, though. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, Mr. Rhodey. Now, I'm going to help you, Mr. Rhodey 14, get through this visa process. I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you through it. And Estefania wants to know, what forms does she need to bring to the visa interview from her beneficiary, from her sponsor? Correction. Tax return. A copy of his passport, biographic page, a big color copy of his passport, picture, signature, expiration date. You got to prove your sponsor is a U.S. citizen at the visa interview. A copy of his passport, a copy of your passport, your original birth certificate, plus a copy, the police certificate, original police certificate, the tax return, the tax transcripts, the 1020, the 1099s, the W-2s, the tax transcripts, all of that. Photographs of you guys together from the last visit. May Diasis. Hello, Diego. We just resubmitted the DS-160 and my fiance middle name this time. Good. But I wasn't able to edit his full name on the upcoming visa interview appointment, which is coming this Monday. As long as the DS-160 is correct, you're good. Immigration will run the K-1 visa off the DS-160. Just Lenny, what if we didn't receive the packet 3 and packet 4? Well, then if you don't have it, how do you know what to do to process your K-1 visa, to schedule the interview, to pay the visa fee? You got to email the embassy and ask them for the directions. That's all it is. And the list of documents you need to bring to the embassy interview. Major Diasis, do you think they will edit and correct his name with his middle name at this time? Whatever is on the DS-160 is what they're going to use for the visa interview, for the K-1 visa. They'll look at the DS-160 and they'll look at the passport and they'll match up. And they both have to be the same, the names. Twan says we are locked out for 72 hours. Well, hold on there. Don't be jumping in there like 20 times. Look, you get 3 opportunities to look for a visa appointment per day. Ross hi Diego, happy Friday. We got our medical and interview scheduled. Good. Also, after 2 months of job hunting, I finally found a new job and will no longer need a joint sponsor. Now, that's good news, but you better make sure that you have a letter from your boss stating how much money you make per year, okay, and that you have bank statements showing direct deposits going in from your new job. You got to have the evidence. Immigration do not go by word alone. They don't care what you say. They want to see the evidence in their hand, okay? Evidence. Mr. Rhodey 14, again, thank you for that wonderful super chat. Mr. Rhodey 14, with that super chat, I want to take Karina to eat now Chopper Harley and Denise Jefferson and other folks have already sent lots of super chats, but I want to take Karina to eat at her favorite Mexican restaurant in Colombia. How about that? Her favorite Mexican restaurant, and which is in the Andina Centro Comercial in Bogota. Tuan Benson, Diego, once we receive our appointment and the DS-160 expired before the interview date, do I need to redo it? The DS-160 does not expire as long as you submit it. Once you submit the DS-160, it's good for a year. If you put together the DS-160 in your computer, if you just put it together in your computer and save it, it's only good for 30 days. But if you got the DS-160 already submitted and you've printed the confirmation page, it's good for 12 months. Mr. Rhodey 14, I am looking at the NOA2 and there's no priority date. Okay, the priority date, it should be on the NOA2 letter. It should be on the, here's what you should do. Send the inquiry to the MVC and ask them for the priority date. Send an inquiry to the MVC and ask them for it and say, you can't proceed with your visa process without the priority date. The MVC will send it to you, okay? Send them an inquiry. It'll take a couple of days. Sal2 Fox. Hey, Diego, do you know the estimated wait time to schedule an interview in Mexico City? 2 to 4 months. S. Juarez. Hello, Diego and Karina. This embassy people, we got our ready status 3 weeks ago. I wrote them and they just say, wait a few more weeks. I am so angry. Okay, S. Juarez, the secret to this process is patience, okay? At least they are communicating with you. They're communicating with you, which is good, which means you're maintaining communication, which means your visa is continually extended. It's not going to expire. So hang in there, okay? Just hang in there. Dane Phillips, it's only been about 5 days since I got ready status. Should I wait more time? Yeah, you got wait at least 11, 12 days. I waited 12 days. It was 11 days, sorry. You'll get it. Dane, the embassy in Bogota, they're knocking them out, my friend. You'll get it. You'll get to an appointment. But the quickest way to get the medical appointment, tell your beneficiary, the quickest way to get the medical appointment in Bogota for the embassy is go in person to the office. Go in person and schedule it in person and bring the confirmation page, the information page from the packet 3 and packet 4, which has the email of the list of traveling people. Those documents are critical, plus the passport, okay? And then you pay the visa fee on the day of the exam, the CETA. Anonymous, FAR, can I put DS-160 confirmation number under DS-260 column? No, you don't fill out a DS-260. DS-260's got nothing to do with a K-1 visa. Nothing. Zero. Don't even think DS-260. Are you on a spousal visa? Are you married to a foreign national? Is this a CR1? Are you doing a CR1 visa, IR1 visa? If you're doing a CR1, IR1, it's a DS-260. If you're doing a K-1 visa, it's DS-160 confirmation. DS-160. Francois Livingston, good afternoon, Diego and Karina. Francois, how is Karina doing? Feeling so happy for you too. She's good today. Yesterday she lost her voice. She wasn't sick. The day before yesterday she was sick. I mean, seriously sick. She had a sinus infection. And then yesterday she couldn't talk. But today she can talk. So she went to medical in Bogota and scheduled her medical exam. Estefania Flores. Diego, another question. Do you think it is good to put the vaccines in Colombia or USA? Well, it's cheaper to get them done in Colombia. A vaccination in Bogota is a lot cheaper than in the United States. So I would get all the vaccines done in Colombia. Bogota, the doctors are fantastic. They do a fantastic job. I have complete confidence in the pharmacies and the doctors of Bogota. Okay, they're good. Get them done in Colombia. And then go to the civil surgeon and have the civil surgeon look at the vaccination documents. And then the civil surgeon will tell you what's next, okay? Ross A, yes, I'll request it from my new boss. No problem. Okay, Ross A, I just saved you a massive headache. I'm glad you're listening to me. You got this. Savvy Me, Diego, for those who live outside of Bogota and have to fly in for fingerprints and medical and eventually interview, what would you recommend? Can you do the fingerprints and medical in the same day? Okay, it's impossible to do fingerprints and a medical exam on the same day, Savvy Me. It's impossible to do that. So the people that live outside of Bogota have to fly in, get a hotel, and stay in a hotel for as long as it takes to get the medical exam done, to get the visa interview done, and get the biometrics done. Okay, so you're talking at least a week in a hotel. So you got to try to schedule, once you know the dates of the medical exam, the biometrics, and the visa interview, then you got to schedule the hotel. Excuse my nose is itchy. You got to schedule the hotel around those days, Savvy Me. This ain't cheap. It's not cheap. Max Diasis, thank you so much. Diego, you're welcome. Truly appreciate that you always respond every time I have a question. More blessings. Well, I'm here for you. So is Karina. Let me know whenever you're here in Southern California so my fiance can cook lumpia. Well, that's a plan right there. Southern California, are you talking Southern California or Southern Cali? Because Cali's in Colombia. You're talking Southern California, right? Not Cali, Colombia. I haven't been to Cali, Colombia. That's the heartbeat of salsa dancing. But honestly, salsa dancing, Colombia is famous for salsa dancing. So is Cuba. But where did salsa dancing originate? Where did it start? It started in New York City. Salsa dancing started in New York City, and then members of the Navy, the U.S. Navy, would go to these clubs and watch the salsa dancing, and they'd learn it, and then they would go deployed. They'd go, and the Navy ships would pull into Barranquilla, Cartagena, and then they imported salsa dancing to Colombia from New York, and then it made its way to Cali. And now Cali is the basically the home of salsa. Let's see, and I look forward to that lumpia, Major Diasis. Lumpia is my favorite egg roll, spring roll. Simranjot Kaur. Hi Diego. How much time the USA consulate Bombay, India? The U.S. consulate in India. It's about what, 4 to 8 weeks. The question is, send the interview letter after MVC. I would say 4 weeks, about 4 weeks. Now that's a long name there. Abdel Latif Tak Hassaiti. Hi Diego, I got the interview date on the 29th of December, and I just got medical exam appointment on the 22nd of November. Is that would be a problem because I got confused? No, it's okay. You're good. Just leave it. Just leave it. Go to your medical exam and get the envelope in your hand and bring that to the embassy interview. You're good. Savvy me, we are gathering documents and waiting for passport for K2. Okay, we got ready status instructions from Bogota. Okay, to schedule interview. Very good. Medical, fingerprints, and we received that 10 days ago. Savvy me, what are you waiting for? If you received the packet 3 and the packet 4, that's what that letter is. You should have already submitted the DS-160s. Then you get the confirmation of the DS-160 in your hand for everybody, the K1 and the K2. Then you're going to have a confirmation number on that DS-160 confirmation page. You're going to use that plus the case number, and you are going to schedule your visa interview. But you got to pay the visa fee first. Right here, this is the packet 3 and packet 4 from the U.S. Embassy in Colombia. I translated it into English. The instructions are very simple. First, get all your documents. Second, complete the DS-160. Third, pay the visa application and schedule your interview and biometrics. Okay? It's not. Fourth, schedule the medical exam. Fifth, attend your fingerprint appointment. Sixth, attend your visa interview. Arrive on time. It's right here in your packet 3 and packet 4. Please check that carefully. You should already have your visa interview scheduled. Probably for December. But I think they're going to be filled up soon. So you're more than likely going to have to wait till January. But try. Savvy me, how long do we have to schedule the interview and schedule the medical? Some say about a year. No, you got to get it done. Soon as you get the packet 3 and packet 4 email from the embassy in Bogota, you got to go in there, fill out the DS-160, pay the visa fee, schedule the biometrics, and schedule the visa interview. Then go in person to the doctor's office in Bogota and schedule the medical appointment. If you try calling the phone numbers on the packet 3 and packet 4 email, they don't work. The numbers are changed. If you send an email, you'll get an automatic reply back. We'll get back to you. Go in person. Get it scheduled. Get it done. You don't have a year. You can't wait around for a year. the embassy will terminate your K1 visa. They'll terminate it. They don't have time for that. You got to get it done. Get it done. Dane Phillips, do the vaccinations need to be done before the medical appointment? Well, if you don't get them done before the medical appointment, you're going to have to get them after or in the office of the doctor. It's up to you. You can either get them done in the doctor's office, get them done in America, or get them done before the visa interview. But you cannot get your green card without the vaccinations. Christopher Stout, since my address has been changed in February 2023, does that affect processing time if you move to a different location? It could if you live in Florida and move to Nevada. Okay, I live in Florida and I will be submitting Karina's her green card package to Chicago. Okay, if I move to Nevada, I'd have to submit it to Phoenix, Arizona. Everybody's got their own workload. Everybody's got their own time frame. Everybody's busy. Majid Yasser, Southern California. So sounds good. Now, I was in San Diego years ago. I went to San Diego and I went to a restaurant called Dick's Last Resort. And they threw food at me and napkins, swatted up in water. How about that? It was quite fun, actually, having a food fight in a restaurant. But that was years ago, 2002. Rui Willis, today we're celebrating Heroes Day in Kenya. We salute the heroes in Kenya. We salute you. Diego, as the K1 fraternity, we crown you our hero. Well, thank you, Rui Willis. Thank you. What a great honor. What an honor. Karina, she's at the hospital at the doctor. She's in Bogota doing something. I don't think she's watching right now. But I will tell her that you have crowned us as your hero for Heroes Day in Kenya. Thank you. Major Diasis, you and Karina will always be welcome to our humble abode. Well, you're welcome to Florida, to our humble abode. But remember, Florida, the weather's crazy in the summer. I mean, it is sweltering hot. I mean, it's hot. I mean, I don't think you like a summer here, honestly. And it's dangerous. Hurricanes, tornadoes, you never know. But California, we love the weather. The weather's fantastic. Major Francois Livingston, when you say evidence of employment, does paycheck stubs proof enough? Get a letter from HR, get pay stubs, get a letter from HR. If you work for a big hospital, go to HR, get a letter from the HR stating where you work and how much you make and how long you've been there, and then collect all your pay stubs and also your bank statements showing the evidence, the direct deposits. Everything ties together with immigration. The bank, the letter from the boss, the pay stubs, the tax returns, the W-2s or 1099s. It's a big circle, and it ties together, and it is evidence that will guarantee your visa as long as you qualify. But the income is sufficient. Let's see. Savvy me, Diego, K2 didn't have a passport yet. Well, you better get one. You're waiting for it. And we should be receiving it today. That's why I hadn't submitted the DS-160. Good. That's a good reason. I have completed for both K1 and K2, but didn't want to submit for K1 and K2 without the K2. That was a very good move, Savvy me. I'm proud of you. It is a very good move not to submit the DS-160 for the K1 and not the K2, because on the K1, when you fill out the DS-160, it says, is anybody going to be accompanying you to the United States? And you're going to put yes. And then you're going to have to put the person's name, where they were born, their passport information, etc. And then you fill out the DS-160 for the K2 separately, and then you have to fill out repeat the same thing over again. So very good, Savvy me, on waiting for that passport. Thank you for you learn patience, right? A lot of people, they would have just wanted to get it done, but you held off. You're riding the horse. And whoa, hold on now. Wait for the passport for K2, and then continue. Very good. I'm proud of you. Mr. Rody 14, I just remembered. How do we go about getting a biodata page? What is a biodata page, Mr. Rody 14? What is that? Are you talking the biometrics page for the visa interview? The biodata page on the passport? The biographic page of the passport? What's a biodata page? I don't know what that is. I've never had to fill one out. Now Diego, bro, I'm really sorry for my long name. It's tough. Your mom gave you a long name. Well, I just want to know. I know my fiance for 4 years. Now I heard I have to take 4 screenshots for each month of text calls, 3 for text calls. Why? That's a lot. For 4 years? Just do 1 per month. Why? Why so much? Who told you to do that? Savvy me, should I email the U.S. Embassy to let them know that we are still interested? I don't want them to think we are not going to get the interview done. You must send an email to the embassy and say you are waiting, you're still in process. Okay? Wait a second. How long has it been that you've been waiting? How long has it been since you communicated with the embassy in Colombia? How long? Has it been a month? How long has it been? You can send them an email and say, we were waiting for a K2 passport to get processed. We now have the K2 passport, and we will now continue our visa processing. Send them that. And then you have proof of continued evidence of continued communication. And that will continue to extend your NOA2 letter. Hannah 101, hello. I wanted to ask you, is it normal when I check my status on the SEAC website, it says ready, but when I check it under immigrant visa, I put non-immigrant, it was invalid case number. Okay. The K1 visa is an immigrant visa, but administratively it's called a non-immigrant visa. Don't try to understand it, just listen to what I'm saying. It's an immigrant visa. Look under the immigrant visa information. Don't go into non-immigrant visa. Okay? Everything will be done through the immigrant visa process for the K1. Mr. Rody, it's something that the Malaysian embassy asked for. The Malaysian embassy is asking for it could be the biographic page of the passport. It could be, I don't know. I've never heard of it. I have never heard of it. Email the embassy and ask them to be more specific. Ask them, what do you want? Please tell me, be more specific. Because I don't know. Let me see. A biodata page. Now, it could be the biographic page of the passport, is what I'm thinking. Let me see here. Demesu Gatahun. Hi, Diego. My K1 visa applied December 8th, 2022. So when should we expect the K2? Well, I would say anytime in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because they're processing December cases now. Very close. You're very close. Be patient. Savvy me. They sent me package 2 and 3 10 days ago, but I will send them an email. Can you provide a good email to reach the embassy in Bogota, please? Sure. Right here. I'll write it right here for you. Now, if you're going to send an email to the embassy in Bogota, I think if it was 10 days ago, you're still good. You still haven't timed out, okay? But send them an email right here and check in with them. Okay? Excuse me, guys. I'm not being rude. I'm helping out our fellow YouTuber here. Hold on a second. I don't have my glasses on. send the email right there, okay? Savvy me and check in. And let me see here. Can you provide a good email? There it is. We can't thank you enough, Diego, for your help. I'm here for you. I'm pulling you over the finish line, guys. I'm grabbing you by the collar and I'm pulling you through the finish line. Let me see. Hannah 101. On Wednesday, it changed to ready, but I didn't get an email from the embassy yet in Naples, Italy. Naples, Italy. Well, give them a week, give them 10 days, give them about 7 to 10 days, and you will get it. Naples, Italy. I love Naples. I've been to Naples, Italy. They got lots of tunnels in Naples, Italy. I remember driving through all these tunnels. I think they have a golf course in the middle of a volcano caldera in Naples. And the food is fantastic. And pizza originated in Naples. I believe that's where pizza originated. And then it was brought to America, and the Americans improvised upon it. Tejaswini Mamadi. So we did not get engaged. Is that going to be a problem? A K1 visa is an engagement visa. It's a fiancé visa. Okay? When you submit your K1 visa package to the U.S. Embassy, to the lockbox in Dallas, you guys need to be engaged. It's a fiancé visa. You get engaged, and then you file the K1 visa, and then you get married. That's how it works. You get engaged, you have a little engagement party, you take pictures of the engagement party. Karina and I, we had an engagement party at our apartment in Bogota on December 24th of 2021. Now, why did we have our engagement party on December 24th, 2021? Well, in Colombia, it was Christmas, and everybody's off of work. Karina's brothers, her family, her nephews, her nieces, everybody's out of school. So everybody was available to come to our engagement party. We had our engagement party, and then we had our Christmas party. So I tell you, it was a lot of food. And it was lots of eating, good Venezuelan and Colombian food. And Karina made these Venezuelan, whatever they are, I can't remember what they're called. I think, no, her brother made them. And they were so good. I can't remember what they were called. I have to ask Karina. Let me see. So Hannah 101, just relax, okay? Naples, Italy, they'll get to you. They'll contact you. Angel Margisha family. Hello, Diego. My fiance passed her interview last Monday. Whoa, high five. Angel, high five. Celebration. And Savvy Me, did you get the email address? I just posted it. That's to the embassy in Bogota. Chesia Sweeney, so we did not get engaged. Is it going to be a problem? Well, guess what? You're engaged now. Okay? You are officially engaged. Right? Yes, Diego. We're engaged. We're engaged, right? You better be engaged right now. So when you go to the visa interview and they ask about an engagement, what do we say if we're not engaged? You say we're engaged. You cannot get a K1 visa without being engaged to your fiance, because that's a promise to your beneficiary. You're going to marry her. Okay? So guess what? You are now engaged. I am blessing you as being engaged. You better get on the phone and call your beneficiary up and say, we're engaged. Okay? You don't have any engagement pictures. Okay, no problem. But you are engaged. So when you go to the interview and they ask about your engagement, what do we say? You say, this is what you say. We are engaged. And that's the end of it. You listen to me, man. You got to listen. Pay attention. Trust me, I'm going to save you K1 visa from going down the toilet. Savvy Me, I got the email, Diego. Thank you. I will email them today. And did you figure out if you needed a letter from the embassy for the K2? No, it was the medical doctor was totally in confusion land. not the doctor, the secretary. The secretary was giving Karina good information, but it wasn't explained clearly. The information that the secretary gave Karina was absolutely correct. You need this email, but it wasn't explained where it came from, where it was, what kind of, who sent it, where, what, who. So I sent an email to the Bogota embassy and said, hey, I need this email. And they sent it to me within 24 hours. So I looked at it and I said, that's the instruction package they sent me in the packet 3 and packet 4. If the secretary had told that to Karina, this is in the instruction packet, I would not have had to email the embassy. I wouldn't have had to go into a nuclear meltdown to get this information. Just communication problem that is now fixed. Karina has her medical exam November 8th. She's got her biometrics November 9th. She's got her visa interview November 16th. And then we have to close out our apartment and give away, you know, whatever we got to do. We got to wait for obviously we got to wait for the K1 visa to go into her passport. And once that'll take about 3 or 4 days. So probably by the 21st or 22nd of November, she'll have her visa and her passport. And then we have to close out her apartment. And then we got to get on a plane to Miami. That's the process. And you guys will be right along with us for the ride. I'll do live stream from the airport. You want me to do a live stream from the airport in Bogota when we're getting ready to fly to Miami? I'll do that if you want. Let me see. Savvy me. Teja Sweeney Mumadi. You are now engaged. You better get on the phone and call your beneficiary up and tell her that you are engaged to each other. You just didn't have a formal ceremony yet. You're waiting until you get to the United States for your wedding. You got that? You got it? Please write to me at the bottom here, Teja Sweeney, that you understand what I just said. Let me see. Jose Ramirez, Diego, God bless you. And Karina, I love the USA flag in the background, right here. Let me see. I proudly have my USA flag in my office. Good to hear. A tax firm. We hope, well, that's great. We hope your business is flourishing and making lots of money. Thank you for all your help in this lengthy process. Jose Ramirez, I am very glad to help you get through this K1 visa nightmare. I try to make it as easy as possible. I try to simplify the process for you. And I try to walk you through what we're going through and how I overcome problems, just like you get problems, I get problems, and how to solve the problems. You don't panic, you stay calm, and you figure it out. And Jose, thank you for flying the Stars and Stripes in your office. Savvy me, glad that you got that sorted out. Yeah, we got it done. What documents do you need to bring to the medical for both K1 and K2? You need to bring the email from the instruction package. Remember, in the packet 3 and packet 4, you got an email, right? Remember, you got to print that, and there's an email in there that lists the travelers. It will give the beneficiary's name and her children or his children's name in that email. You must find that email. I don't have it here. It's in my bag, ready to fly to Colombia. But you got to bring the passport, the confirmation page of the DS-160, and that email which lists the names of the travelers. If you do not bring that email which lists the name of the travelers, which is sent to you from the embassy in Bogota, you cannot schedule the medical exam. And that was the problem that Karina got into, and the secretary didn't explain it very well. So I went through every single email in my computer from a year and a half, from the embassy, from the MVC, from everybody, USCIS, and I finally found it. I said, this is it right here. It's the instruction package email. Boom. I forwarded it to Karina's email, her Gmail. She printed it, took it to the medical exam today, doctor's office, and got her medical exam scheduled. That's all she needed was those documents. passport photo, biographic page, so you can identify who she is, the email from the embassy in the packet 3, packet 4, and the confirmation page from the DS-160. Kinza Zane, is there another way to pay for the visa fee in Ankara so I can directly reserve an appointment? Pay with your credit card. Pay with your credit card. I went ahead and paid with my credit card. I went in and we did the DS-160 together because Karina can't speak English. So I translated all the questions. It took an hour and a half, but I got that done. Printed the confirmation page. Once I got the confirmation page printed, there's a confirmation number on the confirmation page. You got to use that number plus the case number to then go to the next step, which is to pay the visa fee. Okay? Then you pay the visa fee, and there's a links right here in the packet 3 and packet 4. They give you the links. Pay the visa fee, and then it opens up a calendar. There's a calendar. It's a computerized calendar. And the light shades are days where the appointments are available. The darker shaded areas are where people have already confirmed their appointment for the visa interview. So you look for the light shaded areas, and it says biometrics. You click on a light shaded area, boom, you got your biometrics schedule. Then you look for another light shaded area and click on it, boom, then you got the visa interview schedule. You got it? So how do you pay? Pay by credit card. I mean, there could be a way that you pay by the bank. There could be a bank in Ankara, Turkey, where your beneficiary can go pay the bank, and then the bank gives a receipt, which will then you have to wait like 3 days before you can schedule the interview. But that's another way to do it. And that information should be in your email from the embassy. Savvy me, yes, live stream would be great. Testament to your love. What's possible if you're patient? Yeah. It would have taken us what? Almost 20 months to get to this point. 19 and a half months, somewhere like that. And the reason it took us longer is because this is my second K1 visa. I went through this before in 2016. Then I went through a spousal visa in 2018. Okay. And immigration had to make sure all that was legit. It wasn't like a green card fraud going on, which it wasn't. They had to investigate me for that, which they did a good job, and I salute immigration for their tenacity. Once they cleared the old visa and the K1 and the IR1, once they had cleared it and said, okay, he's good to go. It was, it didn't work out. Give him a second chance. Then they went ahead and approved my K1 visa. It just took a bit longer because it required a little bit more investigation. But I made it easy for them because I included in the K1 visa package, the K1 visa for Karina, I included the first K1 documents from 2016, the NOA1, the NOA2, the State Department letter saying that her interview was confirmed and all that kind of stuff. So that way they had the receipt numbers and the case numbers and the invoice numbers from 2016 and 2018. They could just punch them in their computer and see, okay, this name matches up this, and here's the divorce decree, the final divorce decree from her. Here's the case number and the invoice number for her. Everything matched up. I'm legally free and able to marry beautiful Karina, my eternal companion. Boom, visa got approved. Let me see. Please, if I do surgery in 2021 and 2022 and my tax transcript says I get a less income for 2023 and 2022, but my 2021 transcript is over $59,000, would that be a problem for my fiance and my K2 interview? Let me answer this question for you very simply, please. In 2022, if you did not make enough money to support your beneficiary and her K2, you need a joint sponsor. Immigration don't care how much money you made in 2021. They care about how much money you made in 2022. If you didn't make enough in 2022, get a joint sponsor. Now, the fact that you made $59,000 in 2021 will help you significantly when you file for the green card, because they're going to ask you, what did you make in 2021? But for the K1 visa embassy interview, if you didn't make enough money in 2022, get a joint sponsor. Do it today. Savvy Me, I never received 3 packages. Where is that list in those packages? In the instruction PDF? Yes. It's look at your packet 3 and packet 4, and there should be 3 PDF files in that email. 3 PDF files. One is EMBRA, one is the list of instructions, and the other is an email listing the people who will be traveling on the visa. That's the email that you need, okay? You got it? I wish I had a copy of it here. Maybe I got it here. One second. Let me see if I can find it, okay? And I'll put it up so you can see, so you know what I'm talking about. Because Karina sent me this picture, and I'm going to show it to you. Hold on a second. I want to show it to you guys so you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? But I got to go through 600 pages of text from Karina. Here it is. Right here. Here it is. It looks like this. Names of children, etc. A, B, C. It lists the names of the people who are traveling with you, who are traveling on the visa, okay? Diego, have you heard of anybody being accepted just being a little under the income percentage? Nope. If you are a little under the income percentage, you must get a joint sponsor. Is there another fee to pay at the interview? No. Once you pay the DS-160 fee of $265, there are no more fees to pay other than the medical exam, which is for me 8 million pesos. 9 million pesos. No, excuse me, correction. For close to 5 million pesos. It's about $1,100, $1,200 for 2 people. Did Yvonne get a joint sponsor? Anshu Sharma. Hey, Diego, can you please tell after NOA2 how much time to get a visa? Well, you got to wait about 3 months for the welcome letter from the NVC. Then you got to wait for 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks for the embassy to contact you. So that's 4 months. And then you got to wait probably another 2 months to get a visa interview and get everything scheduled. So it's about 6 months. Jonathan Linda, I read that once she arrives in the USA, she should be able to apply for a Social Security card 2 weeks after arrival. But they say not to go to the Social Security office earlier than that. Here's what you do, Jonathan Linda. In order to get the Social Security number, you got to have the I-94 document, the arrival departure form, the I-94. You got to have a copy of the K1 visa, the original passport, and the marriage certificate. Bring those documents to the Social Security Administration, and you will get a Social Security number. It may take 2 weeks before the I-94 gets populated. Let's see. Mes Karam Mengsu. I am on pay fee step. So pay the visa fee, and you can't pay the visa fee and schedule the appointment. Anyone in Ethiopia who has scheduled an interview, I need help. I need to ask them how they can leave my. So you're having a hard time what? Paying the visa fee? Have you filled out the DS-160 and did you get a confirmation page? You cannot pay the visa fee unless you have scheduled the DS-160. You can't do it. Schedule the DS-160, submit it, print the confirmation page, get the confirmation number off the DS-160, then you can pay the visa fee. Kinza Zane, I can't pay with credit card unless appointment becomes available. Then it will allow me to pay. There's always no appointments available, which is annoying. It's annoying, but you got to stay calm, keep a cool head, and look. You look 3 times a day until you get a day available. When I went in there was only 1 spot left in November, and I didn't him and ha about it. Guess what? I took that day. So when you go in there, check 3 times a day, then no more than that. When you see a slot open up, you take it. You'll get it. You're going to get one. I promise you. Twain Benson, my fiance received a letter from the embassy and the letter instructs us to download packet 3. There you go. Good. Get it done. Didivon, if missing documents, how soon can you get another interview and do you have to pay again? What if you're missing documents, you're going to go into a 221G administrative hold until you get the documents that they want. And you don't have to pay for the visa interview again. You just have to wait until you get the documents that's missing. You go into a hold pattern, 221G administrative hold. And then when you get the documents, you send them to the embassy, and then they will reschedule the visa interview, or you can. You don't have to pay twice. Kinza Zhang, which other sites are available to pay for the visa? I registered with that site that embassy provided to me. That's why you got to follow the instructions of the embassy. Follow the instructions of the embassy in the email. They tell you exactly how to do it. I can't tell you. You have to follow what the embassy tells you to do. Kalkidan Kiashian is talking to Mes Garem. Savvy me, the package I received are I-129F form, yeah, with the approval stamp on it, right? Remember? Instructions, yeah, and IMBRA, I never received. I just double check and I don't see it. What should I do? Savvy me. I didn't see it either until I went through my emails from the embassy and I found it. Click on that packet 3 email again. It's got to be in there. Okay, you're telling me that you saw the I-129F. Yeah, I got that also. The instructions and the IMBRA. Print that whole thing. Print everything. And I got an email from the embassy also. I found it. You got one also. I'll help you with this later, okay? I'll help you through this in YouTube. Meskarim Mengsu. Yes, I did submit the DS-160, but cannot pay the visa fee. Okay, you can't because there's no appointments available. When an appointment gets available, then you can pay the visa fee. Then you can schedule the interview. Kalkidan Kieshian. Okay, they are fully booked. Try to look for open slot. That's it. Keep looking. Hyung Kim. Hi Diego, my fiance is a divorcee. Okay, no problem. Does she need a marriage certificate from the previous marriage, or is the divorce decree sufficient? It depends on the embassy. Okay, all I got to provide is divorce decree for Karina. But I've got the marriage certificate I'm bringing with me too, just in case they ask for it. Okay, so here's the way I will answer that question. No, you don't need the marriage certificate. But yes, get a copy of it and bring it and give it to your beneficiary with the divorce decree, just in case they ask for it, and then you are covered. Okay? In my bag, in my maleta, I've got the marriage certificate to my first K1 visa beneficiary. And on top of it, I've got the divorce decree finalized by the judge and certified and stamped. I'm going to bring them both to Colombia on October 31st, 11 days from now. Okay? If the embassy asks her for the divorce decree, here you go. If they ask her for the marriage certificate with the divorce decree, here you go. Cover the base. Juan Cruz. Hey, Diego. What's going on, Juan? ¿Qué más? Savvy me. The list of the people traveling with me, I don't see it. Okay. Look through your emails from the embassy. If you cannot find it, do like what I did. Send an email to the embassy in Bogota and say, Dear U.S. Embassy, please send me the list of traveling persons so I can schedule the medical exam for my beneficiary. In 24 hours to 48 hours, they will send you that email and you're covered. Okay? If you cannot find it, email the embassy and request the email of traveling persons for the medical exam, and they will send it to you. The embassy will send it to you, and then you can print it. Okay? But you cannot schedule the medical exam without it. Tuan Benson, I am heading to Vietnam in November. Very good. I hope to see you when I'm back on November 17th. We'll be on November 17th. I'll be in Colombia. So I'll do a live stream from Colombia. Juan Cruz, does the sponsor need to show the U.S. passport? Yes, a copy of it, or just the financial support documents. No, Juan Cruz, you have to make a big blown up copy of your biographic page of your U.S. passport with your picture and your signature and expiration date of the passport. That needs to be in the hands of your beneficiary. If you do not have that, and you cannot prove U.S. citizenship, your beneficiary's visa is going to go into administrative hold until you get it. Make sure the passport photo is blown up nice and big. Don't just get your passport and make a copy of it like this. That ain't going to work. Ask Pete B about that from the Philippines. His beneficiaries in the Philippines. They couldn't read his passport. So he got an 221G at the embassy. Slowed him down like 2 or 3 days. Blow up a big copy of it. In color. And Juan Cruz, joint sponsor. Yes, the joint sponsor has to show U.S. citizenship or legal residency. Copy of the green card with the address in the United States, or a copy of the passport. And I recommend a copy of the driver's license. If you have a joint sponsor, get a copy of the joint sponsor's passport, driver's license, okay? Because you got to prove domicile in the United States of America. And with that said, guys, I'm out of here. Mr. Rody 14, thank you for that awesome super chat. Karina and I will make good use of that, my friend, in Karina's favorite restaurant in Bogota. And we will dedicate the meal to you. And Alex Restrepo gets the last word. Hi, Diego. Hope you guys are good. Can you do a video on the I-485? I can do another one. There's a few changes on that form. Looks like questions 61 to 68 about public charge. Are we using sponsor info? Okay. I will take a look at that and make a video for you on the I-485. Hung Kim, thank you, Diego. Appreciate the answer. Another question. I need to have evidence of my U.S. domicile for the interview. Yes. The instruction from the U.S. Embassy doesn't list examples. Your driver's license. Blow it up this big. Okay? Your driver's license is all you need. Okay, guys. Today is Friday. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. And we'll see if and Karina sends her best wishes to you guys.